Jen here. How you going? I hope you're having an awesome morning so far. Listen, a very quick one. I just did some what I call a little bit of magic with one of my clients who's having trouble with a difficult conversation. Now, this topic comes up a lot and we talk a lot about it, and I find it's a continual conversation that we're having, particularly around leading team, when there's people in their business that, you know, not everyone's the same. We're all unique. There's different types of personalities, and so that can create conflict, okay? It can create difference of opinion, okay? Not everyone is on that same pathway of how they like to be as people and behave and interact in business. And sometimes you may not always get to choose those combinations. Ideally, if you are the business owner, leading the team, you will have hired a great match and a great combination of people and personality types and skill sets there that do work well together. But hey, let's face it, it doesn't always work. So it's really about getting used to understanding how to deal with them. And the little piece of magic that we were playing with before was what's known as a parts integration. And it's really about when part of you really, really desperately wants to have a conversation, okay? And but there's something holding you back from it. So let's imagine that's in this hand, and it's kind of like low confidence goes there because you're unsure about having the conversation. You're really just kind of like doubtful about how it'll go. You've had these conversations many times in the past. You're uncertain. So we're going to call that one low confidence for this exercise. Then part of you really wants to have a conversation, and you know it's really important for the business. You know why. You're really clear on why it matters to have the conversation. And so that one, you feel really strongly and really passionately about that. Okay, so we're going to put that in this hand, and that particular, the word here for this one is, let's call it strength, okay? Because you really, really want to have the conversation. You know how important it is. So that's strength. And we've got low confidence here. Now, they may feel different to you. You might have an example. And if you can do this right now as we're talking this through, it would be really good. Part of you wants to have a conversation, but part of you doesn't. So this is the wants to have it hand, and this is the doesn't want to hand. Now, could be different hands for you. That's okay. It doesn't matter which hand it's in. What really matters, though, is that you know you want to move forward on this, but part of you, something is holding you back. And so you haven't been able to have that conversation yet. And you might find that this hand is lighter. It could be really heavy too. Like I've done this once before with another client, and this hand was super heavy, really low, didn't feel good. And this hand was lighter and more energetic. So you mix it up, you'll know what feels good for you. But part of you wants to, and part of you doesn't want to. So then what we're gonna do, we've got the low confidence here, and we've got the strength here. Now the strength is a really beautiful red color. It's really a deep red, not a light bright, but a really deep, rich red. And this low confidence color, it's black, okay? And it's very heavy feeling for me. How does it feel for you? Okay, so this is really heavy and it's black. That's the low confidence. This one's red. It's quite light, energetic feeling, light and really strong. Okay, so hence strength here. So strength and low confidence going hand in hand. That hand's so low, it's dropped out of camera, but you kind of get the gist of it. So we've got these two hands now. We've got part of us wants it, part of us doesn't. So what do we do next? Okay, this is where you bring them together, all right? So we're gonna do this really quickly on the count of 3. I'm gonna go 1, 2, 3, and you're gonna bring your hands together really hard, tight, smack them together, and then we're gonna rub really, really, really hard. Are you ready? Steady, go. So rub them really hard, really hard, really, really hard. Together, together, together. 3 blows. Now hold that feeling in there, hold it in there. And now, I want you to notice the color that it is now. Mine's gone to purple. What's yours gone to? Mine's purple. What's yours? My color and my word now that's popping out is compassion. Okay? Compassion for the person that I've got to have the conversation with. Compassion for myself, knowing the skills that I already have and what I can do with these skills and capabilities and commitment, okay, to team and to making a difference and to cause. So compassion popped out for me. So what word popped out for you then? Now you might notice now that your hands feel particularly warm, okay? And that compassion might mean that you can go and have some really amazing conversations with your team members, okay? With the people that you know you need to speak to because they're desperate, okay? They do need to hear what you've got to say. It's really important as a leader that you can speak your mind, okay? That you can connect really deeply, truly, from heart to share and be present for them, even in times of conflict and uncertainty and change and transformation for the business perhaps. Or if things are really difficult at the moment, it's tough times, okay? It's even more important to connect deeply during those times, compassionately at those times. So I do hope that little parts integrations helped there, and trust it will. And have an awesome day ahead. And if you need a little parts integration yourself, play with it, please. You can use this with kids, works really well, okay? When then part of them wants to do something and part of them doesn't, you can experiment with that as well. So if you need some help with your team and talking team and getting them talking more connectedly, okay, reach out, PM me below. And if you've got any other questions, #AskJen, speak soon. Big love, bye now.